Hey, did you know that Charizard just won a tournament online? Really? Which one? The new Vivid Voltage? No. Oh, Charizard VMAX from Shining Fates? No. Oh, the old team-up Charizard? What? No. How do you keep getting this wrong? I mean, there's 100 of them. What do you expect? No, it's Reshiram Charizard from Unbroken Bonds, and it's on the ladder for free right now. Did you know? Welcome back everyone to more from the Sableyes. I'm Mitch and today we're going to take a look at Tempozard, that is Reshiram and Charizard, which is an incredibly affordable archetype thanks to the fact that Reshiram and Charizard Tag Team GX is actually on the ladder for free right now. That's right, if you play PTCGO, you'll be able to unlock 2 copies of this card on the game absolutely free. Not only that, it's actually a top tier archetype. It recently won the Chill TCG Tropical Beach Tournament. Congratulations to Urifu for his success, and thank you very much to Maddie for allowing me to help you commentate games. Appreciate it. If you want to see that, down in the description there'll be a link. Otherwise, let's take a look at the list. Like I mentioned, really affordable in terms of packs on PTCGO. You can pick up 2 copies of Reshiram and Charizard for free on the ladder, and that's the amount that this deck plays, 2 copies, and this card's very strong. Outrage for 2 energy deals 30 damage, plus 10 for every damage counter on our Reshiram. We have Flare Strike for 230, which can deal a ton of damage, and then Double Blaze for 3 energy is 200. If we get 6, we can do 300 damage, which is really strong. We support that with some other attackers, things like Blacephalon, which has been around for a long time as well. Fireball Circus for 3 lightning energy, 3 fire energy. Deals 50 damage times the amount of energy that we discard from our hand. So we can theoretically do anywhere up to 350 damage very easily. And we back that up with a Spit Shot Cramorant to be able to knock out things like Dedenne on the bench. Most of the cards in this deck as well are super cheap. Obviously, Dedenne and Crobat are relatively expensive, but when you don't have to buy the attacker, you can get it for free. It's a very good investment. I'll jump over onto the ladder now. We'll play a couple of games with it. Alrighty, we've got ourselves a pretty good start. Jirachi in the active is an incredibly good Pokemon to start off with. Stellar Wish allowing us to look at the top 5 cards of our deck and take a trainer. We're actually in a really good spot here. We could just win this game straight away. We probably will. Let's Stellar Wish into Welder. No dice. That's okay. We can grab the Giant Hearth here. And then I will play down the Reshiram. We will play down the Energy. And then I can just chuck down another Jirachi. Let's just switch into it, shall we? We'll switch into the Jirachi, play down the Giant Hearth. We'll discard the, I don't know, Oricorio seems fine. Grab ourselves some fire energies, and then Stellar Wish into the Welder to win the game. I think that's going to have to be the case. With Stellar Wish into the Welder, I guess that's fine. We take the Fire Crystal, we'll just thin it out. Let's Dedenne, see if we can't find ourselves a Welder and a couple of energy. Okay, well, we found a couple of energy. This is not ideal, ladies and gentlemen. We could have very easily won that game right then and there, but Welder decks do Welder deck things, and sometimes you miss out on Welder. If you don't know what Welder does, by the way, it attaches up to 2 fire energy cards from your hand, and then you draw 3 cards, which is very strong. They've removed our Giant Hearth with Dangerous Drill, which is a bit annoying, frankly, but we've got another one in our hand. Plus, energy is not something that we're worried about at the moment. We are more concerned about attaching it. They're actually going to Marnie us, so we're going to shuffle our hand, place it on the bottom of the deck, and draw 4 cards from the top, which is a bit disappointing. Means that we don't have access to all of those energies. Now that we don't have energies, we have Welder. So there you go. That's just the way that this game works sometimes. You either get one or the other. Our opponent, Banana Coco Joe, grabbing out the Eternatus here. That seems like a pretty good choice. They're going to play a, what's that, a thingy energy? A what's Majiggy energy? What's that energy called? I can never remember. Capture energy? And then they're going to grab themselves another Eternatus, which is fair enough. I don't have a problem with that. This is not actually too bad of a position for us to be in. If we find energy, we're going to be very good. But unfortunately, the fact that we didn't win the game last turn is a bit of a bummer. Now we've got double Welder, so there you go. There you go. Sometimes you just get way too many cards. Way too many Welders. Let's Cherish Ball. I think I have to grab the Dedenne-GX here. Let's Jirachi. Hopefully we can find ourselves, yes, no, not that one. That one, a Giant Hearth, very good. This means that we can play our Giant Hearth down. We can discard, I don't know, the Marshadow, grab ourselves a couple of Fire Energies. We can welder those 2 Fire Energies onto our Reshiram, and hopefully we can find another one. Oh, that's pretty good. And now we're actually in a position. Let's scoop up this Jirachi. I'm going to put the Reshiram into the active. I'm going to attach an energy here. If I manage to find a Phione, which is in the deck, off of this Dedenne, I can actually knock out one of these Eternatus on the bench, which is really, really good. It's one of the things that this deck does incredibly well, and we've managed to find it. So let's Whirlpool Suction. This means that our opponent has to promote a Pokemon from their bench to the active. That means that we are going to be able to guaranteed take 2 prizes. Let's Flare Strike, take the knockout on the Eternatus. And now our opponent is going to need a lot of cards to get a knockout on this Reshiram. Right, so they can definitely do it. They can deal 270. Eternatus is capable of that. But they need energy, they need Crobat to draw a bunch of cards, which it looks like they do have, and they also need to fill their bench out, which without playing Crobat last turn is going to be very difficult. Pokegear finds a Marnie. Okay, so now I'm starting to feel like I'm not going to have to worry about Eternatus VMAX at all, because they are not going to be able to get 270 damage down. That is very unlikely. So they find the VMAX. Do they find the energy? They do. Do they find a Crobat to draw some cards? They find a Zigzagoon. That's a little bit frightening, but it's not too bad. The last thing we want to see is a Crobat out of these last 2 cards. If we see a Crobat, they might be able to draw a bunch of cards, maybe find themselves the knockout. I don't know, though. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm still a little bit nervous, though, if that last card's a Crobat. That's really bad. It's not. They're dread ending. That's fine. Okay, this is great for us, because it means we can do a couple of things. That top deck's even better. Let's think here for a second, shall we? Is that my phone going off? It was. Okay, let's think. Let's play down the Blacephalon. Then we can use Fire Crystal. Grab these 2 Fire Energies out of the discard pile. I think we just, like, attach to the Blacephalon. We could Quick Ball to try and find a Crobat, but to be honest, I don't really like that. Let's just Outrage, do 200 damage, which is an incredibly large amount of damage. 200 onto this Eternatus. Now, next turn, depending on what they have in their hand here, we are going to be able to knock that Eternatus VMAX out, as long as we can get Blacephalon powered up. So we need to find a Welder next turn. We've got an attachment, which is fantastic. They've managed to find an attachment and a Crobat. So it's a little bit dicey here. It's a little bit off. We should be okay, though. There's an Absol, which is a bit painful. I mean, we don't generally retreat anyway. We like to switch or scoop up. Here comes the Dread End. I think the smartest thing for me to do is to promote Jirachi here. That seems like the only realistic thing to do. Now, this deck, unlike many, cannot disrupt your opponent's hand. Let's just Stellar Wish here. Welder, okay, alright. It's looking pretty good. Let's Quick Ball away a switch. We're going to grab ourselves our Crobat. Phione could potentially be useful down the line, but I think I want to get the knockout right now. Let's, actually, before I Welder, I should probably thin out this hand a little bit more. I can draw more cards off of a Crobat. So let's switch into Blacephalon. I'm committed to this play. We Crobat. Hopefully I can find another Fire Energy or 2, and I do. Let's Welder to the Blacephalon. This is fantastic. And then I can use Giant Hearth to get myself some more. Actually, we can use the Fire Crystal. How many do I need? I need to use 5. No, not 5. What am I talking about? I need to use... It's 3 to get the knockout, isn't it? But I can attach one as well. Maybe I attach to the bench before I attack. Let's do that. And then I can Fire Crystal, grab a few out of the discard pile because they were obviously in there after the Reshiram. And then I can Fireball Circus, we'll discard 3. And that will take a knockout on an Eternatus VMAX. We are very, very close to winning this game. At this stage, we need 1 more attack to win, and top decking that Welder off the prizes is immensely good for us. If we can, I was about to say, if we can hold the Giant Heart, that would be great, but we've actually managed to unprize it, which is very, very good. They're going in with Spiritomb and a Black Market as well. Black Market Prism stuff, for those who don't know, means that dark Pokemon with darkness energy attached to them give away one less prize. So we need to make sure we replace that stadium. At the moment, we're good. We can Giant Hearth and replace it. But if they reset Stamp or Marnie us, we're going to need to go looking for it, because we won't be able to knock out the Spiritomb with an attack to win the game, and I think I've already discarded my Zigzagoon. Luckily, no discard, no problem. We can promote the Blacephalon here. We've got Welder, so we can Fireball Circus, which is fantastic. Let's do that. We'll Welder to the active, get 2 energies on there, then we attach the Giant Hearth. Beautiful, and actually, Spiritomb only has 10 HP left. Let's just Blazer, just for fun. We'll take a look at our last prize. It's a Scoop Up Net, take the knockout. That's the win for Blacephalon. Pretty good one. Reshiram's pretty solid, don't you think? Alrighty, we're into another game here, and this start has left a lot to be desired. Well, we've managed to find a Jirachi off of the Mulligan draw, which is really good. Let's play that down. We are up against Colossal VMAX. Now, this deck is typically quite a difficult one to deal with, mainly because of the high HP, but with Reshiram and Blacephalon, we can definitely take some big knockouts. So I like the idea of Reshiram coming through clutch here for us. We can Welder, attack with the Reshiram, then Outrage, potentially take a knockout on the first VMAX, and then try and knock another one out with Blacephalon at some point later in the game. Let's just see how we go here. Giant Hearth off of the top deck's pretty good. We can get rid of, I don't know, let's quick ball away the Hearth, grab ourselves that Reshiram, which we need. That cheap Chairzard, throw that down, super strong. Let's remove the fire energy, I think. We're very likely to draw into another one. Plus, I want the switch and I want the quick ball. So let's Welder, 2 energy here. As long as we find one... Oh my goodness, we didn't find a single energy. That's very disappointing. Okay, well, we're going to switch into the Reshiram anyway. Let's quick ball away the Jirachi. Now, I think it's probably worth grabbing... I mean, we could grab Blacephalon, we could grab the Dedenne. I think let's grab Mewtwo, actually. I feel like this might be the right decision, because we've already used a Welder. What we can do is we can play this Mewtwo down after the Crobat, and we'll be able to give ourselves guaranteed access to Welder next turn. That wasn't supposed to happen. Let's just Outrage. We were supposed to find an energy there, guys. What happened? I didn't even play the Mewtwo down like I was supposed to. We have 2 Welders in hand. We've got no energy. All right, this is a bit of a disaster. But it's okay. It just means now we're only going to half hit after they've hit into us first, which is a bit disappointing. It just means that they're going to have a chance to win this game. I probably could have played that slightly more optimally, to be honest. If I'd managed to, if I'd not been so dumb as to assume that I was just going to get a fire energy, then we wouldn't be in this position. Okay, this is fine. Right, let's go. What can we do? Let's play down Blacephalon. We're going to use Giant Hearth. We're going to discard, I think, a Cramorant, maybe a Welder, actually, because we can put it back on top with the Mewtwo. Let's Welder onto... I think we Welder onto the Blacephalon. We don't really need the Reshiram at this stage. I'm going to attach an energy as well this turn to Blacephalon. Let's put a Welder back on top of the deck. Let's attach to the Blacephalon, and then we can hold on to the rest of this hand. I think this is all fine. We can Outrage. We'll do 160 damage, which is going to half hit. And it means that next turn we'll be able to knock out with Blacephalon relatively easily. Now, this Colossal has 330 HP. It's got an extra 50 because of the buff padding, so that's 380 HP. That means that we need to deal, what, an extra 110? No. 110's 300. 190. 190 HP. So that means we're going to need to discard 4 fire energies. Right? You're going to need to discard 4 fire energies to take the knockout on this Colossal. They G-Max Boulder, take their knockout, and I think we're going to be good to take ours pretty soon here. Let's, what's the best promotion? Probably the Jirachi. Let's put that into the active. That seems, we could just promote the Blacephalon and almost guaranteed get it. Let's just do that instead. Welder off of the top, obviously, we were always going to get that. Let's find fire energy with Giant Hearth. And then I can quick ball away the scoop up net, maybe? Grab myself, I don't know, a Dedenne. Another Blacephalon actually seems pretty good. We're going to need that. Let's play down the Oricorio and then Dance of Tribute. If we find one energy off of this, we're good to go. And we do, so that's beautiful. We need to use all 4 of these, I think. Let me just double check that maths in my head very quickly. I think that's enough. Okay, so let's Fireball Circus. We're going to discard all 4 of the energies. I think that's correct. Yeah, let's discard them all. We need to discard them all to take the knockout. We take 3 prizes, and we have a Blacephalon in hand, plus a Jirachi, plus an Oricorio, plus a Stadium. We are going to try and take the biggest knockout that you've ever seen in your life on this Colossal. Now, I don't even know how many energy we're going to need this turn to take this knockout, but I believe in us. Now, I'm just going to go as hard as I can to try and get as many energy as possible next turn. Alright, they've taken the knockout. We're going to promote Jirachi. We need as many Fire Crystals as possible. We need as many as we can possibly get. Okay. Jirachi in the active. Top decking in energy is good. Play down Blacephalon. We're going to Giant Hearth away the Hearth and grab the last energy in deck. That's unfortunate. Okay. Then, we're going to Welder. We're going to put 2 energy on the Blacephalon. We've got 2 Fire Crystal. We're going to dance... let's thin. Get rid of the Dedenne. Then we need a Dance of Tribute with Oricorio. Draw 3 more cards. Another one. That's 9 energy. Is 9 energy enough? How much HP does this thing have? I think I need 1 more. Do I need 1 more? I've got 1 more. Do I just go for 1 more? We didn't get it, but we found another switch, and we've got a Scoop Up Net in hand, so we could go again. I'm very concerned. I don't want to do the maths. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if it's 8. I don't know if it's 8 or 10. My brain's not working in the pressure situation. Let's just Stellar Wish into the last one and get it. Oh, we didn't get it. Okay. Let's just grab, I don't know, switch. How much HP does it have? It has 330 plus 50. Let's just grab these energies out. It's 380 plus the reduction. Hang on. I think I've just got enough, right? I need to attach 1. I switch into the Blacephalon. And then I just Fireball Circus and get rid of all the energies in my hand. And that should be 400 damage, which will knock it out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes it does pay to do the maths. I could have done that much earlier. I actually feel pretty bad. I'm sorry for stalling. So there you have it, Reshiram, very, very strong, still an incredible Pokemon, and paired with Blacephalon, it's capable of taking down pretty much anything. Best thing, though, is we get to tick Reshiram Charizard off of the list for the OG 150 challenge. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you do enjoy the content, then consider subscribing, like the video, and do all that kind of good stuff. And thank you very much to all of my channel members, particularly Dadbod and Azazel. Thank you very much for your continued support. Fernando, Yolo, Diego, you guys are heroes, plus Victor, Connor, Dario, Steven, Tom, Sparksy, Kabakazi, Josiah, and Austin. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. You are the real heroes. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one, and until next time, I've been Mitch. This is a weird outro. Goodbye from the Sableyes. Goodbye. That's me. I'm the Sableyes.